It's been 3 years now we've been on this journey with regards to the implementation of digital technologies curriculum into our HES and STEM Year 7 subjects, which is history and English on one side, and social sciences, and then obviously the STEM side speaking for itself. But that project, a research question hasn't changed from the initial phase. Again, even those haven't changed. Carrie and I were looking at that earlier today, and there wasn't really anything that's drastically different because it is quite overarching. We're just trying to increase high school teachers' understanding of the digital curriculum, technologies curriculum, and the opportunities it provides from a knowledge and understanding point of view, skill-based point of view, that they can then use to enhance their own other curriculum areas. So those things have really maintained throughout the program, and I think it's probably just been in a new iteration this year of trying to deepen those engagement levels by our staff and its use of the curriculum within their maths or science or whatever, and that integrated approach that we have here at Faith.
So we had computational thinking skills developed for last year in the curriculum, and this year we've deepened that significantly. The understanding by the teachers and students around those lessons have increased really well. So we're really happy with that aspect of things. So we did take 2 terms to actually really dive into that, which was good. And then, of course, in term 3, this term, we have gone to the basics and the fundamentals of coding through Arduinos, and we did that through a project that tied the HES and STEM units together.
Yeah, there's been some IT glitches that we've been still trying to figure out. We even said in the podcast, we didn't document there, just trying to get our, I suppose, staff a bit more leading the project themselves as opposed to being done to them a little bit. That's been probably a little bit of work we've had mixed success with this year, where there's been those staff who've been in the project for a couple of years now, or even some who are new and just jump head first into it. And there's probably a few others who still get caught up in just worrying about a particular subject. And we reflected the other day on the example of, let's say they're behind on a grade struggle with some maths recently. The head of department might then come in and go, oh, I need you to do the next 3 weeks on more of this or more of that. And some of our teachers in that space are very quick to, I suppose, revert back to something we're trying to get them to not necessarily do, just revert back into, okay, I'm just teaching maths now. So we're trying to really have that transdisciplinary soft skills approach that, brings in all curriculum areas that sort of can have those rich learning tasks. But that's still a challenge. And I think it'll probably remain a challenge unless we really start to think about where the transdisciplinary approach of HES and STEM go to in our school, because we're only a high school, 7 to 12, and it's making us now realise that you can't just have this transdisciplinary approach in Year 7. Where does it go in Year 8, 9, and what's our approach to all these things? So that's probably a bit of a challenge, and will continue to be, but we're probably finding moments of success that still gives us confidence this can work, but we've got to probably do a bit of a review of things. And that was really successful for different reasons. It hasn't been able to continue this year, and we understand that. So we'd be keen to explore other partnerships arrangement in that space going forward. We haven't been able to get it off the ground exactly. The last 3 years it hasn't changed drastically, other than just minor variations to the units and what we've been doing, which is on screen right now. But yeah, it mostly exists in that Year 7 space and rolls through and eventually into other subject areas in Years 8, 9, 10 as appropriate. But it exists mostly in Year 7 with that transdisciplinary approach. We've had a couple of end-of-term rich sort of tasks where the students come together and sort of do a real project day, and that's probably had a lot of success. I was fortunate enough to be involved myself in 1 or 2, I forget, term 1, and helping to lead some of that around the STEM space. So that was really exciting, seeing the students share. We sort of got them out of their class groups. They could be across classroom to classroom STEM group, and it was just really nice for them to bring their learnings from each classroom space around a set of challenges that they had around some rich task learning around for the day. And that was really interesting just to see about how they could see that others are thinking and piecing things together. Yeah, so that's some of the specifics we'll be looking to do. Listed on screen now, but I think it's probably just that reassessment of where transdisciplinary teaching is at our school around where it goes to in years 8 and 9. I think that's probably been the thing over the last few years. It's probably somehow impacted the buy-in by some. So that's something we need to do and make sure staff are actively involved in those conversations.